Welcome to video 3 of our study planning video series. In this video, we're going to begin to explore and break down the 5 steps of the study cycle. If you haven't done so already, you may want to pause this video so that you can locate, download, and print the PDF handout entitled Study Planning Workshop Handout, so that you can better follow along with this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If you've printed out the PDF handout, you'll notice that page 1 of the handout has the same image that you are seeing on the screen now. This is the study cycle. Step 1 of the study cycle is preview. The idea here is to preview before your class or before sitting down to read your textbook. Previewing is all about trying to get a glimpse at the big picture. If you're able to see the big picture first and then after fill in the individual details, your brain has a much easier and much more efficient time learning that material. So how exactly do you give your brain this big picture before a class lecture or before sitting down to read your textbook? By looking ahead in your book and reading the section headings, all the bold print, the italicized words, reading any charts or graphs you might see, review summary sections and chapter objectives. All of this will give you an idea of what the class lecture or what you're about to read in your book will explain, and give you the opportunity to come up with some questions you'd like the lecture or your book to answer for you. At this point, I highly recommend that you pause this video and go find and watch the study cycle exercise video number 2 before you continue. In that video, you will do an exercise that will show just how powerful the simple process of previewing can be for you. The second step of the 5-step study cycle is simply to attend class. Sounds simple and maybe a little obvious, right? Even though missing a class at the high school level was probably not a big deal, and even though your college professor or instructor may post their lecture notes from a class online afterward, actually going in person or attending an online lecture is essential at the college level. Lectures from college instructors can be very different from those you may have experienced in high school. They are typically going to contain a ton more information than you will find in any condensed, summarized lecture notes posted or offered afterward. Also, in-person class time or participating live in an online video lecture is the perfect opportunity to not only ask any clarifying questions you may have about the material, but to be able to also listen to other students ask questions that you may not have even thought of yet. The potential connections that you can make by witnessing these types of interactions live alongside asking your own questions can only be done in class. So the first step of the study cycle is to preview before a live class or before a self-study session. The second step is to attend your class. The third step of the study cycle is to simply review after your class is complete. As soon as possible, once the class is over, you should review any notes you may have taken in order to remember all that happened in that class and to re-explain that information to yourself. By doing this, you actually enhance your memory of all that took place. Think of reviewing like rewatching a movie you've already seen before. I'm sure you've probably seen your favorite movie even more than a couple times. Haven't you noticed that the second time or third time that you saw the same movie, you noticed things that you missed the first time? Like rewatching a movie, When you review your notes, your brain will see things it didn't see before. During your review, try to remember your instructor's voice during class. Elaborate on the details you didn't have time to write down during class. Fill in any gaps you may have found in your notes, and also take note of anything you may need to have clarified later. So how much time should you devote to reviewing after a class? The answer is about 10 minutes. In fact, that's the recommended time for previewing before any kind of class or independent study session as well. So if you think about it, if you dedicate yourself to a routine where you spend 10 minutes previewing prior to a class, attending that class, and spend 10 minutes right after class reviewing, you've just knocked out 3 out of the 5 steps of the study cycle with ease. To continue learning about the study cycle, go now to Study Planning Video 4